Hi dear students, welcome you all on the behalf of Rahul Anand tutorial. So as you know that I am Rahul Anand and this is somewhat around my channel whose name is actually the Rahul Anand tutorial. So now let's start with a very interesting topic which are often being asked in terms of your Neet, often the Aims, often the All India Pre-Medical Examination. So literally belonging from which of the chapters of your book? So these are belonging from the here in the mineral nutrition. Now, so primarily when I am talking about the mineral nutrition, what do you actually understand? So it is the combination of the process by which the plant utilizes as well as do what? As well as process. So when I am talking about the mineral nutrition, so what are actually these? So it is the process by which the plant utilizes as well as receives what? The raw material. Fine. So it is the process by which the plant do what? By which the plant utilizes as well as process the raw material. Now, so these are being required for what of the things, means we require the mineral nutrition for what of the things. So these are being required in terms for what? For actually performing the growth and development like features. So what are actually the growth? Means what? Changing the state. So changing the state with reference to the growth level or either the growth level. After that we are often having these things. Means what? So playing important role in terms of the metabolic activities. So you know about the metabolism. So what are actually the metabolism? So it is the biochemical reactions which are playing an important role for what? Which are required in terms to for the survival mechanism. So it is often being further divided into the two broad categories. So what are actually these? So these are the aerobic. So these are what? So your metabolism is often being further divided. So these are what? So these are the anabolism as well as the catabolism. So what are actually the anabolism now? So anabolism is what? So when the complex compound will be formed from the simpler one, it will be known as what? So it will be known as the anabolism. Literally, when we compare the case of the catabolism, the case will be quite different. Means what? The simpler compound will be formed from what? The simpler compound will be formed from the what? The complex one. Now, so it is often playing an important role in order for these, means what? The growth and development, often the metabolism than here. So these are playing important role in terms of the growth and development as well as what? The metabolism as well as the reproduction. Often in terms to carry out the different types of the vital processes such as the life supporting mechanism or either the life survival mechanism. Fine. So what are actually these? So we are having the course of the photosynthesis primarily. Then what? Then the respiration. So these are literally being tracked out with reference to these, means what? The mineral nutrition case. Now, so when we are dealing with these, means what? The mineral nutrition case, we'll be studying in these about what? So in these we'll be studying about the different types of the chemical components which are being required by the plant. So you could often popularly find here are the chemicals which are being required by the plant, means the mineral nutrition. Now, so let's try to discover what are actually these, means the mineral nutrition. So these are actually what? So the essential compounds which are primarily found where? Which are primarily found in the soil region as well as required by the plant in terms of the either the huge amount or either what? Or either in the smaller amount. So these are further being divided, means what? So means your mineral nutrition. So it will be divided into the macronutrition, macro element as well as the micro element. So find here. So it will be divided into the two broad categories. So these are the micro element as well as the macro element. So here you could find the macro element here. Macro element as well as the micro element. Now, so by the name it is very clear that means the macro means what? So it will be required by the plant in what ratio? Into the larger amount. Fine. So your macro element is often being further divided into the two broad categories. So these are what? So these are actually the what? The primary nutrient as well as what? As well as the secondary nutrient. So find here the primary nutrient as well as the secondary nutrient here. Now, so primary nutrient will be having what? So your primary nutrient will be having the nitrogen. Then what? Then the phosphorus. Then what? Then the potassium. With reference, when we are talking about these, mean the secondary nutrition. So it will be having what? So it will be actually having the magnesium as well as what? As well as the calcium. Then the sulfur. Find here. Magnesium, sulfur as well as the calcium. So magnesium, sulfur as well as the calcium. Literally, when we try to shift down with reference on the another case of what? On the micronutrients. So in the case of the micronutrients, by the name it is very clear that means what? It will be required by the plant, but in what ratio? In the actually smaller ratio. So fine. In these, you will be having the certain types of the elements. So you would often find here on the board here. So these are what? So these will be the copper as well as the zinc. Then what? Then the magnesium. Often then what? Often then the calcium. Then what? Then the boron. Then what? Then the molybdenum. So you could popularly find here on the board here. Copper, magnesium, zinc, boron, then the molybdenum. Then what? The boron. Now. So now let's try to discover with the second one. Means what are actually the hydroponics here. Now. So it is having the certain types of the portions. So literally primarily understand about the diagram. So it will be having the erratic tube as well as what? As well as the places here. The funnel, which play an important role for what? For adding the nutrient molecules or rather the nutrient solution as well as the water. Now, often you will be having the cotton, so you could find here. As well as the medium which will be supported by the plant for the plant growth as well as the nutrient medium. It will be done by what? So it will be provided by only your nutrient solution. You could often find here on the board here. So now, primarily, when I am talking about the hydroponics, so what do we actually understand about that? So what is actually this? So it is the technique of growing the plant in what? In actually the nutrient solution or rather in the nutrient medium. So you have understood about the nutrient medium. So it will be containing the certain types of the resemblance of the chemicals which are playing an important role for what? For actually favoring the growth as well as the supporting mechanism such as in the metabolism, often in the life supporting mechanism, often in terms of the growth. Then what? Then the reproduction. Fine. Now, so it is what in the hydroponics. It is the technique of growing the plant in what? Into the nutrient solution. So here you could find the plant as well as this is somewhat your nutrient solution. Now, so this idea of the hydroponics, it was being provided by what? So the idea of hydroponics was given by the Julius von Seth. Find here, the Julius von Seth. Here. Now, so let's try to discover what are actually the essential minerals as well as the non-essential minerals. So now, let's try to discover what are actually these mean the essential minerals as well as the non-essential minerals. So essential, by the name it is very clear that means it will be required in the appropriate ratio. Fine. Or rather in the huge bulky ratio. Why is so? This is due to because it is playing an important role in favoring what? In favoring the growth as well as the reproduction process. So you could often find here the growth as well as the reproduction. Now, so now let's try to understand about what I say the non-essential element. So its name is only the non-essential element, but it is often playing the vital role. So it will be required by the plant in what ratio? So it will be required by the plant in the mild amount. So these are often popularly known as what? So these are often popularly known as the here in the beneficial element. So your non-essential element is often popularly known as what? The beneficial element. So you could popularly find here on the board here the beneficial element. So I thought you have got the concept, what are actually the things which are coming under your mineral nutrition. Such as what? So what is actually the mineral nutrition? In this case, why it is being required means what? Our mineral nutrition. Then we have often understood that these are found where? Divided into the two broad categories. Then your macro is often being divided into the two broad categories. This is the primary element. Then what? The secondary element. Here. So your here when the macronutrients is often being divided into the two broad categories. So what actually this? These are the primary elements. Then what? Then the secondary element. As well as we often deal about these in the hydroponics. Who have demonstrated? So means what? The Julius von Seth. So remember the name, very important. Now, so I thought you have got the concept. So if you like the work with reference to the education, often the lecture, so you could often subscribe, like, as well as comment below in the text. Thus, I will be knowing that what concept actually you are hungry for, or what haven't you understood or either got. So very thank you. With reference to what? With reference to the Rahul Anand tutorial. Very thank you.